evening, sports fans. Plans are afoot for Grenada's defense of its Windward Island School Games title. Sponsored by Canadian Banknote and Windward Island Lotteries, the decades-old Windward Island School Games are arguably the oldest school games in the world, having started about 1912. This year's games will feature competition in track and field, netball, football, volleyball, and basketball amongst the four island squads from July the 26th to August the 3rd. The team is expected to travel by Friday.
So what you'll find happening, Team Grenada would be the defending champs. The last time the games were held, that was in 2023. It was held here in Grenada, and it was postponed last year because of Hurricane Beryl. So we going back as the defending champions. Some of the persons you can look forward to, we have Tariq Francis in the football, we have Shade John in track and field, Ethan Sam and these persons, they would be representing. Christiana Charles, they would be representing in track and field likewise. And we have a total of 62 athletes participating, and they would be accompanied by 10 officials.
The International Cricket Council, ICC, has decided during its annual general meeting in Singapore to explore the idea of a two-tier system in Test cricket. But what exactly does that mean? Let's dive in to understand more. An 8-member working group headed by ICC's new Chief Executive Officer, Sanjay Gupta, has been formed by cricket's governing body to explore the possibility of restructuring Test cricket. Interestingly, the committee was set up during ICC's annual general meeting in Singapore under the all-Indian leadership of the chair, Jay Shah and Gupta, who was appointed as CEO earlier this month. Other members of the panel include England and Wales Cricket Board, ECB Chief Executive Officer Richard Gould, and the Cricket Australia, CA Chief Executive Todd Greenberg, according to a report in The Guardian. The system proposes to group Test playing nations into 2 groups, with each group having 6 teams. Currently, 9 teams compete in the World Test Championship. But if the proposed 2-tier system is implemented, the structure will shift to 2 divisions of 6 teams each, featuring a promotion and relegation mechanism. CA and ECB discussed the 2-tier concept last year. CA has been a key proponent, pushing for a model where Australia, England, and India face each other twice every 3 years, an increase from the current format of 2 series every 4 years. Any changes would be introduced for the next cycle of the World Test Championship, due to run from 2027 to 2029, and involve an expansion from the current 9-team format to 2 divisions of 6. The Working Party has been asked to submit its recommendations to the board by the end of the year. The West Indies will be looking for a reversal of fortunes in their second T20 against Australia. This after Captain Shai Hope admitted his side fell short with both bat and ball in a frustrating 3-wicket loss to Australia the opening T20 Sunday night. After a promising start with the bat, it all unraveled in the closing stages, and a spirited Australian fight back turned the tide completely. This is how it happened. Having posted 189 for 8, West Indies looked on course for a far bigger total at one stage. Powered by half-centuries from Roston Chase, he scored 60 off 32, and Hope himself, who scored 55 from 39. The home side cruised to 152 for 2 in the 15th over. Chase had dominated the middle overs with a flurry of boundaries, while Hope anchored confidently at the other end. But a dramatic collapse followed thereafter. The home side lost 6 wickets for just 37 runs in the final 5 overs, a slide triggered by the dismal chase compounded by Australia's superb death bowling. Ben Darshoes took 4 for 36, including 3 wickets in a single over, while Nathan Ellis kept things tight at the death with pinpoint slower balls and Yorkers. West Indies managed just 7 runs in the final 16 deliveries. Despite the sub-200 total, the hosts had Australia in trouble early. Alzari Joseph and Jason Holder struck inside the power play, and when Gudakesh Modi removed Glenn Maxwell to lead the visitors 78 for 4, West Indies looked like they were in control. But Australia's middle order had other plans. Cameron Green In at number 4, hammered 51 off 26 balls, and debutante Mitchell Owen added a fearless 50 from 27 balls, including 6 sixes, to seize control of the chase. Together, they put on 80 from 40 deliveries to tip the match in Australia's favor. Even after their dismissals, the visitors kept their nerve to reach the target with 7 balls to spare. It would prove to be a critical disparity. Australia out-hit West Indies 17 sixes to 9, an unusual reversal for a Caribbean side that once prided itself on out-muscling opponents in the shortest format. The Windward Islands beat Guyana at the National Cricket Centre to claim 5th position in the 2025 CWI Rising Stars Women's Under-19 Championship. The match was played over the weekend. Meanwhile, Barbados claimed bragging rights as champions after a 7-wicket win over the Leeward Islands via the DLS method in the final. The Bajans first dismissed the Leewards for 93 and 23.3 overs, with only 4 Leeward batters reaching double figures. Captain Jazara Claxton scored 28, and Aaliyah Weeks, 20, led the scoring charge against 3 for 15 off 5 overs from Thiani Herbert Mayers and 3 for 33 from 7 overs from Najani Cumberbatch. Erin Dean and Sabriel Headley evenly split the other 4 wickets to fall. Barbados set a revised target of 72 in 22 overs and reached their target with 9.4 overs to spare. Asabi Callender led the scoring with 14, while Alicia Bowman and Ebony Braffett made 13 and 11 respectively. Trinidad and Tobago defeated Jamaica at the Sir Frank Worrell Memorial Ground in 3rd place for the playoffs. And that's what's been happening in sports.